Aloha, everyone, and a warm welcome to another update of vacation rentals here on Oahu. Now, this is supposed to be a weekly update, and I apologize that this is actually going to be a 3-week update because it has just been extremely busy recently. Well, I mean, the past couple months, and the main reason why is we had a client referred to us to manage his investment property, Waikiki Banyan. He is an overseas investor. This is his first property in Hawaii, and he gave us full control to remodel and redesign the units we saw fit. And that just took a ton of work. I was kind of took the lead on overseeing that project, and we had a quality contractor, did a really nice job. So here are some pictures if you want to see what the unit looked like when the client first bought the property. It had been owner occupied, which is pretty rare for Waikiki Banyan. And the pictures actually look a little better once you see it in person. The bathroom vanity, the drain line was leaking, so there was water stain and actually pooling water at the base of in the cabinet. And also when you open up the kitchen cabinets, the cabinet doors were actually in really good shape, but once you open the cabinets, there was a lot of grime, some rust. And initially we thought about maybe just refinishing them, but as you can see from this video, we just ended up doing a complete remodel. So thank you for tuning in. I am feeling good. I actually finally having some free time. I went free diving this morning, and first time in about 5 years, got to swim with a large pool of dolphins. Here's some little video really quick. For about a half hour, they kept on circling my friends and I. So there must have been 20 to 30, 20, 25 dolphins in the pod, some young ones, so really neat to see. But enough of that, let's hop right in here to this update. First unit, here's this listing over at Aloha Surf Hotel, 300,000. So there's actually a handful of units currently on the market at Aloha Surf. There are all these dated units, hotel furnishings. This is a studio on the 5th floor, 300,000. Low monthly fees, which is nice, and it covers all this right here. I have a client who owns in here. He did a full remodel on a unit that has a little larger floor plan. And he's really happy with his performance. He's doing about $5,000 a month. And he told me that recently that the association is considering upgrading the windows and the sliding doors. So there's a lot of jealousy windows here. So they're thinking about removing those and replacing with more like double pane windows, which would help quite a bit. Going to be a pretty costly project, and again, it has not been approved, but if you're looking to buy in this building, just something to be aware of perhaps. Hawaiian Monarch studio on the 24th floor, 259 square feet, 349,000. Monthly fees down here. Pretty nice floor to own on it at Hawaiian Monarch, and this is a nice, tastefully done remodel. Has some pretty good views here. Got Diamond Head, Alawai. You get the sunrise kind of eastward facing. Yeah, sun's gonna rise right along here. But pretty nice. And to me, that's a pretty good price point for a unit in that condition. Island Colony. This is a studio on the 35th floor, 315 square feet, priced at $349,000. Golf course, ocean views. I actually have clients currently in escrow at a similar unit, a little higher floor than this one, but very similar views. And just to share with you, full disclosure, is that this past about a week and a half, I've talked to 4 different property managers. They either called me or I've called them, and we're all really surprised by how soft demand is for July. We've been pretty fortunate. If you look at all the properties we manage, they're all, I don't want to overstate this, but I think all of our ones that at least have 5 reviews are guest favorites. Some are top 5% Airbnb listings. So we're still getting high occupancy, but we've really had to reduce some rates quite a bit from the past few months. But some other manager I'm talking to, they just have big gaps in their calendars for July, August, and September, which is really surprising. Not sure what's going on there, if it's just a temporary thing, but I just want to bring it to your attention. So Luana Waikiki, fourth floor studio, 313 square feet, price of $365. Here's your monthly fees here. It's your hotel furnishings. We do manage a unit in here. If you don't use the hotel services or management, if you self-manage or have a third-party management company, when guests check in, they have to pay a $35 resort fee. Actually, they don't. It's applied to credit card on file, which is going to be either the owner or the property manager, obviously. But these units are nice, large, really large kitchenette. This is very standard, this whole look for all the units at Luana. And not a bad price point. Aloha Surf, fifth floor, 369. It's a larger square foot unit than the prior one, 315 square feet. Obviously, it's been refurnished. And this is nice. This is like my client's unit. It has this nice little kitchenette here. I like that backsplash. What my client did though is he removed this. He had it wrap around this wall, which I like better because it just makes the unit feel a little larger. And nice, I removed the popcorn ceiling. This building does have potentially, some units potentially do have asbestos in the ceilings, but I like this recessed lighting. This is nicely done. For that floor, kind of pushing valuation, but I can see maybe someone picking up at that price point. Studio at Royal Garnet Waikiki on the 17th floor, $420,000, 353 square feet. Here's your fees here. These studios are pretty nice. I'm a big fan of this lobby entryway. It has a nice feel to it. Unit needs to be updated, but these studios do sell for a premium compared to units at Luana or Aloha Surf. You got quite a bit more square footage. This is Luana Waikiki. I actually have a client who's looking to buy a unit and do midterm rentals. This is a really nice building. If that was remodeled, I'd say that's more likely that you'd get that price point. Ilikai Marina, it's a studio on the 10th floor, 427 square feet for a pretty spacious studio, $425,000. This is a pretty fair price given the comps. All these studios have mountain city views. And again, if you're going to list a property, I highly recommend that you get your listing agent to take really high quality listing photos. This unit would show a lot better if the lighting was better. Waikiki Grand, another studio on the 8th floor, 384 square feet, price at $435. They got monthly fees. That seems like a typo. That doesn't seem correct. But good shot here. It just shows you a great location, obviously close proximity to the beach. You have the Honolulu Zoo right over here. There's very affordable parking right off the Kapahulu. It's a zoo parking. And then just to the right beyond this picture, you have Kapiolani Park. And there's quite a bit of free parking all along there. But yeah, nice shot. Yeah, there you go. The zoo, Kapiolani Park. Free parking all along here. If you're interested, over here is metered parking until, I think, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. But then all along here is free parking. And then all in this parking lot is free as well. And one challenge of owning this building, if you're on Kapahulu side, a lot of street noise. And also there's a bar right down here, bar restaurant. So you get quite a bit of noise if you're on this side from the street as well as the bar. And then there's a Teddy's Burgers down here on the main floor. So this unit's over on the other side of the building, which is, in my opinion, quite desirable. Going to be a lot quieter. And pretty nice looking unit. I would put some wall art there. There's definitely some ways you can improve the unit. Pacific Monarch on the 15th floor, studio, 360 square feet, price at $540. Monthly fees here. So for all the buildings we covered, no parking comes with the unit. It's just an FYI. This is the only vacation rental building in Waikiki that has a pool top, rooftop deck, pool deck. And they just upgraded that maybe renovated about 2 years ago. I like this stack. You got these obviously ocean views. You can get a nice sunrise, little head view of Diamond Head. Obviously amazing views up here. And again, about 2 years ago, they updated the lobby entrance as well as the lobby area. Nice clean looking unit. I would just go back here. They left the original tile. I would definitely do something different there. But I like it. Island Colony on the 7th floor. This is a really nice 1 bed, 1 bath, 570 square feet, priced at $550. Not keen though of having bunk beds right there in your living room. There's an ever ongoing debate whether you stock a unit for maximum occupancy or if you try to create a more intimate space. And in my experience, and I've seen like most of the best performing units financially seem like they try to go for more intimate space. And also it's a lot less wear and tear on units. We took over a 2-bedroom over at Waikiki Sunset a little over a year ago, and the old management company was trying to cram as many people as possible, and that was leading to negative reviews. People complaining about this small space, the small bedrooms, only having 1 bathroom for 6 or more people. So we capped it at 4. We've never had any complaints and a lot less wear and tear. And we're still, I mean, these last 2 months, even though the market slowed down overall, for a 2-bedroom at Waikiki Sunset, the last 2 months they've grossed about $17,000 each month. So we really increased the financial performance from the old management company, and the owner's just thrilled, obviously. And again, we reduced occupancy. Hawaiian Monarch, 38 floors, so 1 bed, 2 bath, 472 square feet, priced at $599. It's a little high based on the comps, but these units can be split into 2 different units, being operated as a 1 bed, 1 bath, and then a studio. But pretty clean looking unit. I would definitely, most people want a larger TV. I would definitely upgrade that. And again, these are actually really quite impressive views. This photo just does not do justice. So if I was the owner, I would just say go back and get some better photos for my listing. Palms at Waikiki on the 2nd floor. 1 bed, 1 bath, 793 square feet, priced at $650. Check it out though, your monthly fees are quite high, though it does include electricity. And then these units do have central air. Hotel furnishings. Nice look. And again, this is similar to Waikiki Grand, where you have one side of the building that's on a busy street. For this building, it's the Ala Moana. So that the fact that this bedroom, 1 bedroom's on the opposite side of the building, it's gonna be a lot quieter, much more desirable in my opinion. Too bad about you have this column here that really obstructs your use of the lanai. But here's a usable lanai up the living room. So quite nice. I mean, I like these, but with these monthly fees, these units just don't really, at Palms at Waikiki, really perform that well financially, in my opinion. Waikiki Banyan, 28 floors, $740,000, 1 bed, 1 bath. These units do come with parking, 533 square feet. So there's 4 different floor plans at Banyan. The 533 floor plan is the smallest one. The largest is 594. Pretty good looking unit. This is a Hilton, so this is your main view from the living room. Obviously is just city view. But if you get on the lanai and kind of lean out, you will get some ocean view. It captures a little bit there. But pretty good price point. Another one at Waikiki Banyan. This is on the 11th floor, Malka Tower, $755,000. Also 533 square feet. That floating shelf's pretty nice. queen. Very simple unit. Not bad. See what that sells for. Waikiki Banyan is also Malka Tower on the 31st floor. Just priced under $800,000. So 3102 over at Banyan, Malka Tower, 1 bed, 1 bath, 540 square feet, price is $798. Unit definitely needs to be updated. Original cabinetry, has carpet. So these photos don't do justice. We actually manage a unit on the 10th floor, and this O2 stack to me is really quite desirable. Once you get on the lanai, or even from this bedroom, these views are really, really nice. And again, it looks like you're staring at Tower 1 of Banyan, but it's a much better in person. Has potential. The unit we manage on the 10th floor, it's a guest favorite. We remodeled it just a few months ago, and this has potential, but I just think that's a little high. Even though these O2 stacks don't come on the market, O2 units don't come on the market very often. Here's an interesting one, Waikiki Sunset on the 10th floor, 14 stack, which to me is the most desirable stack to own in for 2 bedrooms. Well, these things have really gone up in value recently. You'll see one that just sold for 1.1. Now these units on this floor, unfortunately, you're not going to have any ocean views. You're going to have, again, a great stellar diamond head view. Pretty good shot there. So this one has been updated. Yeah, that's a great shot there. And it's nice. I mean, you have a school here, so the chance of you ever losing this view is pretty low. Here's the main bedroom. Really interesting how why they put drapes right there, because there are no windows beyond there. It's just a wall. Carpet though, so these bedrooms, you can put tile or laminate flooring in the bathroom, living room, hallway space, but in the bedrooms at Waikiki Sunset, you have to put carpet. Bathroom is quite small, but this is nice that they upgrade the shower area. And even this bedroom's pretty tiny. So you get a little ocean view there. But you have this apartment building really just taking up most of your view. Not bad. I think that's probably going to go right around that price point. 2465 Kuhio on the 3rd floor, 995,000. 2 bed, 2 bath, 1 parking, 876 square feet. I actually had a client buy in here earlier this year. He's almost done with the remodel, so very central location. So here's Waikiki Sunset, Waikiki Banyan, Malka, Makai Towers here, and then 2465 Kuhio. And here's Pacific Monarch right here. Exterior is not really that appealing, but some of these units inside, they're all 2 bed, 2 baths, can be really nice. This has been updated. And I hope they get this price point for the sake of my client. I think it's priced a little high. But yeah, I'd love to see them get it. And there's your monthly fees here, just keep in mind. Okay, last new listing of the week is this one over at Waikiki Shore. It's a 1 bed, 1 bath on the 3rd floor for $1.5 million, 706 square feet. This is the only vacation rental in Waikiki that's located right on the ocean, around the beach actually. And keep in mind there's a pathway here that takes you from the main road to the beach. Then you have Fort Jersey Park. So you get a lot of people walking by here throughout the day. So it's gonna be a little noisy being on the 3rd floor, but nice looking unit. I have a client who really wants to own in here, but he's just a real estate investor who's looking for the best return on his money. And these units usually appreciate quite well, but as a cash on cash basis, there's definitely better investment opportunities. But I mean, I really like the building. I'd love to manage in here, and obviously I'd love to own. See what happens there. Moving on to sold, Kuhio Village, 11th floor, 5 days on the market, sold for 340. Island Colony on the 16th floor, 49 days on the market, sold for 340. Luana Waikiki, 11th floor, 387,500. That's a good price there for the seller. Island Colony on the 22nd floor, 395. Pretty impressive price there. Island Colony on the 20th floor, 1 bed, 1 bath. This is a good pickup for 1 bed, 1 bath, 450,000. Congrats to the buyer on that one. Island Colony on the 34th floor, another 1 bed, 1 bath, 485,000. Marine Surf, 8th floor. It's a good price point for this unit in this kind of condition, 498,000. Regency on Beach Walk, 4th floor, 513,000. One Mark, this is one of those 1 bed, 2 baths, 35th floor. It's a good comp to the one that currently came on the market, 540. One Mark is, this is odd. They should call this a 1 bed, 2 bath. I don't know the way they call it studio. I covered this in the last video. On the 38th floor, 575. Waikiki Banyan on the 16th floor, 610. And congrats. I know this listing agent, he was really trying to get this sold, so good for him. That's a pretty attractive price point for a buyer. Waikiki Sunset, 14th floor. So this is a good comp. Amazing. So you look at this one, 930, 41 days on the market. To me, that's a really good purchase price, even though the bedrooms are going to have just city mountain views. But then look at this next one, 1.1 million on the 15th floor, same stack. Now these pictures look really nice, but I toured this in person, and this is one where they really tried to cram occupancy. 2 bunk beds in the one of the bedrooms. It was definitely showing wear and tear, but it was doing really quite well financially. But this is the first time a unit sold over $1 million, and they broke it by 10%. Pretty remarkable. I have a couple clients in here that own some 2 bedrooms, and they're all quite pleased. We're all amazed that this unit sold for 1.1, because my clients who own, they're on higher floors and they're in the 14 stack that have better views. So, and they're sitting on quite a bit of equity, and they just own those units for both of them under 3 years, and they've got a ton of equity now. And both those properties I found off market for them. So yeah, they're thrilled. Waikiki Shore, this is a good comp. 5th floor, 1 bed, 1 bath, 1.5. And last one's Beach Villas, Ko'olina. It's a 2 bed, 2 bath, 110 days on the market, just under 1.9 million. Thank you all for tuning in, supporting my channel. I'm going to try to be back next week. I think I should. Hopefully this is going to be a quieter week for me. So I'm going to try to get back to doing weekly updates here. And any questions at all, you're welcome to contact me anytime. And I'll be back next week. You take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Aloha. Aloha, everyone, and happy Independence Day. And welcome to another weekly update of vacation rentals here on Oahu. My name is Bryan, the broker in charge of Halepuna Real Estate. And this is actually going to be a 3 past week update. I apologize about the delay. I have just been extremely busy. I have the most escrows. Ilika on the 12th floor, 1 bed, 1 bath. This is City Views, 645.